Hello, students. We need to go through another mode of communication, and that is computers. Let us first define what is computer. So, a computer is a high speed electronic device capable of performing arithmetic and logical operations. The computer processes and executes set of instructions, and this enables us the computer to perform a series of such operations without manual intervention. It was to Hermann Hollerith, who was a professor of physics, the pioneer of modern computers. But since then, we have seen so many people have contributed a great deal in this invention of the computers. 30 years ago, if we have to go through the history, 30 years of ago, computers were huge machines. They were very costly. Large companies and only government organizations could afford the computers because it was too costly. But uh, in the last so called 10 or 20 years, we have seen the computers are changed also. The big sizes of the computers have and capacity, we have seen tremendous change in these. Say, the size has drastically reduced. Now we have a smartphone. It is a small computer. The original object of this computer was to just to prepare a fast calculating machine. But it is not a calculating machine today. It has not set process. We can prepare certain programs. This program can be stored on the computer. And even we have seen the robots are made, means to do certain kind of function. Computer cannot do a job unless it is told. Computer cannot think on its own. But we have seen Dr. Herman Hollerith, an American professor of physics, who pioneered the the computers. And the first prototype was the earlier prototype was prepared by John Vincent Attensoff. He was a professor of physics and also of math. In 1942, Attensoff uh, learned and teamed with Clifford Barry is also one of the accomplished to him. दोघांनी मिळून they were trying to build the first electronic computer. This computer was first in these days was called as ABC, and first truly digital computer that was invented and calculator that was invented at University of Pennsylvania in 1946, and it weighed near about 30 tons. 30 टनाचं एक कम्प्युटर आणि 1500 स्क्वेअर फीट इतकी जागा त्या कम्प्युटरने व्यापलेली. But the development of electronic computers has been very rapid. The microprocessor in 1970s changed the entire face of computer, entire uh, size of the computer. Microprocessor is a small solid state of device. It's a small computer capable of performing arithmetic and logical operations. The microprocessor drastically reduced the size of the computer and increased the speed. The cost of this microprocessor and computer have come down drastically. Computers can now be purchased by, see, this produced at a large scale that has brought computers prices within the capacity of the common man. We can own now the personal computers. So PC revolution that took place, we have seen in the very in India if we talk, computers in the Rajiv Gandhi's as a prime minister was there. He brought this computer revolution in India in 1980s. And we have seen again it was furthered and brought under control during the first decade of the century by then the Minister of Technology and Broadcasting. And that too brought the system within our capacity, common man's capacity. That has drastically reduced the so-called technology within the ambit of the common man, and everyone can now can purchase and can afford to buy a कम्प्युटर. सगळ्यांना परवडण्यासारखं आहे, घेऊ शकतात. प्रत्येकाकडे असण्यासारखी ही गोष्ट ही आपल्यापर्यंत उपलब्ध झालेली आहे. सी कम्प्युटर काम कसं करतं, हाऊ कम्प्युटर्स वर्क, how computers works. See, let's go through. The computer works on the three parts. The operating system we can see of electronic components, namely input, out, then we have CPU, means central processing unit. It has three components also. One of them is control unit, you can see. Then we have memory unit, control unit, and arithmetic or logical unit. What is calculation that it has done can be seen on the PC monitor. It is output. See, computers need input, means computer needs order. It cannot work on its own. So we have to order it. The data must be put into the computer system in a form that computer will use. There are different types of input equipments like keyboard and mouse. See, that data is processed in the central processing unit, control unit, arithmetic unit, and logical unit. The responsibility of the control unit is that to process the input data as per instructions given, and it also controls the output, means what data is inverted, such will be the output. So control unit controls this thing. Arithmetic unit or logical unit, it performs the calculations and passes the result to the control unit again. And we have another unit, that is storage unit, that stores the data, input data, control till the control unit takes the processing. And there are two types of memory, storage memory, and it is RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read only memory. RAM is a temporary storage device, data for the CPU to process. RAM keeps all data in order, but the information is stored in RAM can be changed and can be erased. ROM, it's only reading information. Once data is stored, data will not be erased. So this ROM is permanent data unit. Whatever process that has taken, better called PC, is an output device. We can take the print of this, so printer is also there. Other output device that we can take are floppies, means we can copy the data on the floppies. Hard disk, we can have microfilms also on which we can take the output. So the working of the computer requires not only data but also a program. See, there are two types of system that we see. They are hardware and software. Hardware is the body of the which we touch, we can see, we can feel, okay? By our hands we can touch them. These are hardwares. The hardwares that we see, input devices, keyboard, floppies, magnet tapes. Output devices, we have monitors, printers, hard disk, films. System unit, we have floppy disk, hard drive, which converts the data. So these are other connected so-called components that we see with respect to computers is mouse, modem, printer. At the same time, if we have to use the modem, router, now see the physical hardware that we can see. Software is also one of the area. See, computer needs programming languages and documentation. Software is divided into types: system software, application software. System software makes the programmer all facilities that might be useful to develop programs. Application software refers to software programs. Software application, for example, are used for specific purpose like booking, to rocket launching, for navigation, for banking, like this word processor or something like that. So programs are used means it's a software that we use. What are the characteristics? So good qualities of the computer: speed. Of course, computer works very speedily. 3 millions of calculations can be done in a second. Of course, we have storage unit. Data can be stored the um, on the computers in the memory unit. We have accuracy. Computer output is accurate one. There are error detecting techniques. Computer therefore gives correct results. Input data programs. There is automation. Computer works on its own. Once data is given, it processes, performs calculations and calculates it. Dedication. Of course, whatever data has been fed up, it works dedicatedly. Unless the results are out, performs the calculations. Of course, computer can be used for any task, almost any task. ओके, कुठलीही कामं करायची असेल जी शक्य आहे ती सगळ्या प्रकारची कामं करण्यासाठी कम्प्युटर उपयोगी पडतो, म्हणून व्हर्सेटॅलिटी त्यासाठी आहे. सी what are the advantages of computer? It assists human being कॅल्क्युलेशन करण्यासाठी, डाटा स्टोअर करण्यासाठी, कमर्शियल ऑफिसेसमध्ये पेमेंटसाठी, सॅलरीसाठी, अकाउंटसाठी, बिलं तयार करण्यासाठी, सेल्स ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी, फायनान्शियल असेसमेंटचं ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी, प्रॉफिट लॉस करण्यासाठी, बँकेच्या युजर्ससाठी आपल्याला पाहिलं, क्लिअरिंग चेकसाठी, इंटरनेटचा उपयोगच्या माध्यमातून तो आपण पार्ट बघणार आहोत. इन्शुरन्स कंपनीज, युनिव्हर्सिटीज, लायब्ररीज, प्रत्येक प्रोग्राम टाकून आपल्याला कुठलाही काम त्या कम्प्युटरच्या साहाय्याने करू शकता. रेल्वे, बस स्टॉप, प्रायव्हेट ट्रॅव्हलर्स बुकिंगसाठी, रिझर्वेशनसाठी, हॉटेल बुकिंगसाठी कम्प्युटरचा वापर होतो. लार्ज कंपनीज बिलं तयार करण्यासाठी कम्प्युटरचे प्रोग्राम्स किंवा प्रोग्राम्स तयार करण्यासाठी, पॉलिसी तयार करण्यासाठी, डाटा स्टोरेज करण्यासाठी, ऑफिशियल वर्कसाठी. मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट आहे, हवामानशास्त्र, ते ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी, कंडिशन्स, टेम्परेचर, सॅटेलाईट ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा वापर त्या ठिकाणी करतात. पोलीस डिपार्टमेंट कम्प्युटरचा रेकॉर्ड, ॲक्सिडेंट ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा, स्टोलन व्हेकल्स त्याच्यासाठी करतात. आर्मी जे वॉरची स्ट्रॅटेजी आहे, फ्लाईट लॉन्चिंग असेल, मिसाईल लॉन्चिंग असेल किंवा ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी. सर्वे आहे, सर्जन्स आहेत, डॉक्टर्स आहेत, ते आपल्या सोनोग्राफीसाठी वापर करतात. देर आर सो मेनी टेलिफोन एक्सचेंज, नाव इट इज कम्प्युटराइज्ड. सो एनीवेअर वी कॅन यूज. फॅशन स्टाईल्स, हेअर डिझाईन्स, क्रिकेटमध्ये आपल्याला कम्प्युटरचा वापर ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी पाहायला मिळतो. सो वी हॅव सीन ट्रिमेंडस चेंज in the modern day of life because the computers are used for multiple purposes. We have internet. It is the world's largest computer network. Network is scattered all over the world. Internet is a way of computers to communicate. So internet was born in 1969. See, they took a project called ARPANET. The Defense Department, they were trying to transfer data from one end to another in the event of nuclear attack. And it was aimed to support the US military. But in 1989, National Science Foundation and 1987 there were so many people were using this kind of a service. But they need the cables and wires to be used. So the research continued and telephone lines were used for that purpose. In 1990, the cables and telephone lines were used and data was shared. And this infrastructure was laid, and that is known as the birth of the internet. So in 1990, internet was born. The growth since then has gone tremendously. We have millions of people are added to the internet users, and they are growing millions of users because it is now within the ambit of everyone. Who is the owner of the internet? No one. It's a global resource. You you can really run it. Nobody can really turn it off. It's global resource. It works on ISP, Internet Service Providers, which help the person to get access to the internet. Like this, in India, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited is providing internet services. At the same time, MTNL was also providing internet service. Now it has with the mobile technology. This is again within the ambit of everyone, and the mobile companies are providing internet services through their mobile phones. So like this, its internet is is a super highway of information. Lots of information, thousands and lakhs of pages can be stored on the internet, and we know Google is providing us these services. Routers are used to transmit data. At the same time, we can go login, and service that we use is email service. See, so uses of internet we have seen to surf the data, to find the data, to get the notes. You can go onto the internet within a single, say if you type business, lakhs of pages will be downloaded on your computer screen. So it is already stored there. So you can use this data for your betterment. So email service is provided through internet. Not businessmen alone communicate through email. Even common men are using email. Chatting, of course, through internet we can chat. It's a source of information. It's a super highway of information, as I told you. Get information. We can also provide. We can compile. You can also contribute on the information on the particular topic on the internet. E-business, of course, internet and e-business go hand in hand, and that is what we have seen. It's very convenient to keep in touch with the business and also the customers across the world. So world is becoming just like a global village, which is a small village. Now the world is village because it's a e-business. It's common. It's very within the reach, within the ambit, and of the communication. Anyone in the distant part of the world, we can communicate to him. So these are what we see. Internet is used to get connected. It's very inexpensive. It's within the ambit of the common man that we have to see. Of course, we have to study the next part that we can see is also based on the internet use, and that is video conferencing. It's a combination of new technology, new mode of communication. Video conferencing, we have computers, video phone. Now we can have video calling now. We can have a very happy blend of telecommunication and computer technology because telephone line, internet service, and computers. It's a combination of these three. The organizations realize the importance of sharing knowledge, trade expertise, marketing strategies. So it can be used for the teamwork. Recently, in business community depended on the post and telegraph fax, but now they have gone. Now there is no need to physically present. We can do the video conferencing. It's a remote kind of a say meeting between one, two, or many people across the cities, across the buildings. It's a meeting between the individuals at sites. What are the advantages that we can see? It's a worldwide. We have seen such a conferences helps parties to transfer funds, to transfer their documents, applications. We can have a chat, we can have a discussion, we can have a very good discussion and take decisions, policy decisions on the video conferencing meetings. This technology is used worldwide. Every sector we are using this technology. Video conferencing is quite useful for students also to learn and to get educated from abroad. Otherwise, to go physically into England, into America is definitely very costly one. There is integrated service that is provided in the digital network, and that we see Lilavati Hospital means hospitals are also using, medical colleges are also using this technology to get operated here in India as per directions by the US doctors. They are operating, they are guiding Indian doctors over the teleconferencing, over the video conferencing, and here the doctor works. So, Lilavati Hospital has used this technology in operating a patient. See, satellite based video conferencing is also being used, and that has enabled businesses have been able to establish their productivity and everything that we see. So here the modes of communication comes to an end.